Your brain says that you want sex and you want to be close and intimate with somebody. And your body is like, whoa, no, 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 right? What is going on here? Okay, so this is a disconnect between the mind and the body. And it all comes back to neuroscience and what's going on in the background. And a very basic understanding of this is that there's 3 parts inside of your brain. The first part, if I use my hand to explain what the brain looks like, the bottom part is your survival response system. Okay, this is at the base of your brain and that brainstem there. Then you have the middle part, the limbic system, which is to do with your emotions. And then you have the frontal cortex or frontal lobe, which is to do with your logical, rational thinking. Right. So what is going on when you start to have this reaction? Well, your survival response system is the part of your brain that takes priority when it feels like there is a risk or a threat. Somewhere along your line, you may have learned that being close to somebody or being sexually alive or sexually active wasn't safe. And there's a lot of reasons why that could happen. So if that's happened, and it could be a subconscious thought, it might not even be a conscious thought, right? It could be like a subconscious, you're not even aware that you don't feel safe to fully show up in the bedroom or give yourself permission to be turned on. Then what is happening is that your brain, your survival brain, is registering it as a threat, okay? And what happens when we feel a threat to our system? Well, we need to either run away from that threat or start to fight it, okay? That's the fight-flight response system. In some cases, that can also lead to a full shutdown, so a full freeze, if you've ever experienced that in your body. And what we need to work with in terms of starting to build that link between the mind and the body is keeping this survival system calm when it feels activated. Okay, this is your nervous system response. You don't choose this response, it just happens. Okay, you don't choose this response, it just happens. And it's your body being incredibly intelligent, trying to protect you. Okay, your body is responding exactly how it should. Yeah, because if you had a saber-toothed tiger coming at you, or you had, in our world these days, a car running at you, then your survival system would kick in and it would allow you to run away or jump out of the way. So it's your body's way of keeping you safe, of keeping you alive, and it's done a really good job because you're here alive watching this video right now. And there can be some confusion sometimes in your mind between what your mind registers as a real threat and what is a perceived threat. Okay, so being close and intimate with somebody is not, unless it's crossing your boundaries, is not a real threat. It's actually something that we want, it's something that we desire. But our survival system has learned somewhere along the way that it's not safe. So it's responding in a different way. So if this is the case for you, you want to start to rewire what is going on between your mind and your body. And we do this through body-based practices. You can't logically talk your survival brain system into responding in a different way in the moment, okay? Because as soon as your survival system kicks in, the frontal lobe, right, the part that's rational and logical, it actually goes offline. It's not even working anymore. So you lose your ability to be rational in these situations, which means that then you might end up having responses that you're like, oh my God, why did I just freak out about that? Why did I just shut down with my partner? It's like, I'm in my bedroom, I'm safe. Like, what is going on? So be compassionate to your body, to your nervous system, to your survival system that is doing a good job for you, but is getting confused, okay? And needs some reprogramming and needs some rewiring, yeah? That is through body-based practices. So that can include breathing, mindfulness. It's about dropping into the body and creating safety in your body when you start to feel these situations, when you start to feel yourself in these situations, okay? So keep checking out my website for resources on body-based practices and staying active in the Facebook group, because that's where I'll be posting audios and further videos, practical exercises on what you can do to realign this mind and this body connection.